So on Easter Sunday, my car was attacked by a wild turkey. Yes, attacked. Basically a turkey slammed into my car, destroyed the side view mirror. Side view mirror blew up, scratching up parts of the interior, and damaging the door. So, an accident happened, called my insurance company, took the car to a body shop, the Geico recommended body shop, and I met up with the inspector there, and the inspector told me basically it was best if I took my car to a more higher end body shop, since the Geico recommended spot isn't typically the best place to go for like a nicer car like an M4. The Geico recommended body shop, and I met up with the inspector there, and the inspector told me that basically it was best if I took my car to a more higher end body shop, since the Geico recommended spot isn't typically the best place to go for like a nicer car like an M4. Yes, apparently. Searched on Yelp for a good body shop, and what I found was Baybridge and Beamers and Mini, I think is what it's called. And I had a friend that went there and had a good experience, and he just said that it was expensive, but you know, insurance was paying for the damage on the car, so I figured why not give him a call. Basically, they tell me that they can't take my car right now because they have an apprentice painter, so they recommend me over to a shop called Panelcraft. Panelcraft will be the name to remember. So I tell the inspector what I want to do. I call Panelcraft. Panelcraft is like, oh yeah, sure, you know, just drop the car off, you know, we'll work on your car, no problem. So I dropped the car off at Panelcraft, and they're like, yeah, it's probably going to take like 2 weeks because, you know, it's a higher end car and we want to take our time, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, okay, you know what, 2 weeks, no problem. You know, I was expecting it. So I get my car back 3 or 4 weeks later, and the car is worse than when I dropped it off. So there's smudge marks on the windows. There's smudge marks on the tachometer glass. The comfort access on the door doesn't work. And then worst thing is that the paint on the door doesn't match. Oh, and then also the screen for the thermometer display basically is scratched, and they were supposed to fix it and they did not fix it. So that happens. I call them the next week, I tell them about it. They're like, okay, you know what, we're sorry, bring the car back in. And then they take a look at it and they tell me that, you know, they didn't do a good job, so they're gonna fix it. A couple weeks go by, paint still doesn't match. Everything is fixed except for the thermostat screen, the tachometer glass, and the paint. So pretty pissed off, but they say they're gonna figure it out. So they keep painting and painting my car, and they end up painting my door a total of 5 times. They painted my car 5 times. After the 4th time, I told them I wanted outsourced, and they tell me, oh wait, we're just gonna order this brand new filter and it's gonna work for our paint gun or whatever, and we'll be able to paint your car perfectly. They ordered the filter and it still didn't come out right. And mind you, I didn't see it. They said themselves that the paint didn't come out right. So on the 6th time, the owner of Panelcraft calls me and tells me, you know what, we don't believe BMW uses water-based paint. We believe they use a solvent-based paint. So we're gonna order, and this is straight from his words, an illegal paint from Arizona. Because solvent-based paint is not legal in California. So as soon as I heard the word illegal, that immediately like threw me completely off. So I was like, okay, you know what? Let me do my research, and I'm gonna call you right back. I did some research, and of course BMW doesn't use water-based paint, otherwise they wouldn't be able to sell cars in California. And then he was just shocked, like, oh yeah, I guess that's right. I told him, you know what, I want the job outsourced to BMW of Weatherford. So he says, you know what, okay, well, outsource the job. What about the interior thermostat part? I want Weatherford to do that too. And he was like, okay, that's fine. So some weeks go by. Remember, the accident happened Easter Sunday. I took the car to Panelcraft that Wednesday, and it is now June 23rd. June 23rd, I go to Panelcraft, pick up the car with an unfinished door, and basically dropped it off to Weatherford. And even before that, they were trying to ask me if I did take the door to Weatherford without putting it back on the car, because it would save them some time. So I dropped the car off at Weatherford, and then you know, they just say that, you know, we just need the check from Panelcraft, because Panelcraft was already paid out by Geico, waiting for Panelcraft to basically pay them. I go on vacation for about 10 days. And so while I'm on vacation, I'm expecting that things are moving while I'm not there, that Panelcraft simply gave them the check as they assured me they would do. And I get back and I figured nothing was done on my car. My car had been sitting idle at Weatherford BMW for 20 days without any work being done. And I called Panelcraft to figure out what's up, and Panelcraft tells me, oh yeah, we're actually on our way right now to drop the check off, finally. So Panelcraft dropped the check off. I'm like, geez, that's on a Friday. I'm like, all right, good, finally we get some work started. I get a call back on Monday from Weatherford. My contact at Weatherford tells me Panelcraft only paid us enough to repair the door, but they're not paying for some of the adhesive and some of the clamps, which comes out to $190 before tax or something like that. And I was like, you know what, at this point, I'll pay for it. I've had my car for 2/3 of the first year of ownership, and I need my car back at this point. I mean, the car costs like $900 a month. In about 2.5 weeks since repairs have begun, I am on my way to Weatherford right now to pick up my car, and hopefully it's all. Got the car back, and it's all fixed. This was the damaged door, and as you can see, can't tell the difference between the two. Anyway, I'm a happy camper. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe.